Hello, Marianne. My name is Sean Everett. I'm the website analysis expert over at Zucore Marketing. Thank you so much for talking with Eric. He sent your website over to me for analysis, and thank you so much for letting us do that. Now, first off, I want to tell you that you have a beautiful site. You clearly paid some money on this. It is money well spent. It is interactive. It is fun to watch. There's custom photos. It's really all that you could want from a site. However, it is underperforming. I mean, you did put a lot of faith in the idea that this website was no longer just a novelty that companies had, but something that would actually bring you customers and put money in your pocket, and that has not been the case yet. And I'm going to show you all of the numbers, and I'm going to show you why it is underperforming, and I'm also going to show you how you can make it better. Now, I will tell you that all of the things I'm telling you about, you could potentially do yourself. And now the first thing I'm going to tell you is that I use a tool when I do an assessment of websites, and it's this tool. It's called Ahrefs, and it shows me a bunch of the metrics of your site and how it's been performing over the last couple of months. Now, the next thing I do is a regular old Google search, in this case for Phoenix, Arizona foam roofer. I do that because Google is responsible for about 96% of your traffic. That is an astounding number. Most people will find your site as a result of Google. And it's mind-boggling to me how powerful they have become as a result. They literally point everybody everywhere. So anyway, here's the basic of that. If you do not understand how Google works, you are at a disadvantage, because knowing how Google works means that you can be able to manipulate it to your favor. And being at the top of a Google search is about as wonderful a thing as your business could be. There is a monetary value, and I'm going to show you, because you have done several things right, clearly. But I want you to pull into the lead on this. Now, first off, I will describe how Google decides the placement of each of these listing results. And it has to do with the Google algorithm, which has been programmed in essence to please the Google search customer, at least as Google wants them to be pleased. The first thing is, you're going to see these folks up here who have paid to be in this spot. And a lot of people think, oh my, why would you need to pay to be in something that is the best of the best? Well, that is not what Google is. Google makes absolutely no judgment call about what it is seeing. It just does a simple word search. Whatever you type into your Google search box, it looks for websites that have that on it. Now, the first thing you're going to see underneath the paid ones are the what we call the map pack, because they're attached to this map up here. People do like to hire local often, so that is why they attach these to a map. And I also I also want to point out that the one at the top here is also paid. That's not always the case, but it often is. Now, these folks did something that these folks down here did not do, and that is they filled out a Google business profile. And the way that they got up here is that they filled it out thoroughly and precisely, because, you know, ultimately Google is a computer company. And so when computers are running things, precision is really what counts. So these folks did it right, and they got to be up at the top as a reward. Google rewards thoroughness. Now, it's a very simple profile. It asks you, like, what year you started your business, what your opening and closing hours, or some tick boxes. There are a bunch of other questions, but the one that is the most important is that you can prove that the website is your own, the one that you're filling out the profile for. Now, below the map pack here, we have what we call the organic search results. And these, as you can see, you are amongst them, are not random. They are actually determined by the algorithm also. We call them organic because they don't require filling anything out like a profile. They just, it is what it is. But Google loves content. And so I'm going to show you what that means. And that's the difference between being number 1 on the list and being number 2. And it's not that great of a distance, as you can see, less than an inch? But I'm going to show you what the monetary value is. Also, I'm going to let you know this before I move on. You can be up here and down here, and that would be a huge advantage because Google views these two areas as separate, as different search areas, different search results. So being in both places sort of lends an air of credibility. Now, I'm going to show you JB's Roofing. I'm going to call them your Google competitor for the purpose of this analysis. And there they are, JB's Roofing. Very plain website, very plain. And now I'm going to do something here. I'm going to take your website, I'm going to copy all, and I'm going to paste your home page into this word counter. It's 951 words that you have. And the reason I'm doing this is because I want you to see how important content is to Google. Content is the thing that Google thinks needs to be there in order to educate their search customers for whatever it is that they typed into that Google search box. Now, they have 1,601 words, and as you can imagine, as an algorithm goes, 1,601 beats 951. But here's the thing. Not all words are the same for Google, and that's what the algorithm determines. Google has several words that it thinks need to be on your website. When I say several, it could be into the thousands. Now, you currently have 283 keywords on your website. Keywords are words that come from your and your competitors' websites. They come from Google searches that are done that brings up your and your competitors' websites, and they are done from the communities that you serve. Those are the sort of sources from which keywords are derived. Now, I'm going to show you what your competitor have. You have 283, and they have 1,100. So you are lagging in this, and I'm going to show you what their organic keywords are. Some of them have to do, like I said, with the industry. Foam roof, obviously. Gutters, Phoenix. I don't know if that's something you do, but apparently JB's does. Metal roof maintenance, roof repair, gutter repair, foam roofing, Phoenix. You can see what I'm talking about. Phoenix roof tiles. People have these questions, and they end up at JB's Roofing anyway because apparently JB's Roofing has some explanation on what tiles is and how foam could be better, I suppose. I have no idea specifically, but you can certainly go there and find out. Now, how long do tile roofs last in Arizona? And from reading your website, I realize that your foam process lasts about 5 years before it needs anything done. And then just like a recoating or some sort of maintenance on it. That's great. I wish I lived in Arizona now that I have that information. So as you can see, there's a lot of variations here on a theme. And the thing I want to point out is that the algorithm does not know our language. It is just looking for words. So for it, roofing is different than roofs or roof or roofers. Those are all different words, all different searches as far as it's concerned. And remember, it's also looking for results in other countries, in Spanish and Japanese and Polish, whatever. So it doesn't know our language. So it doesn't know that there are singulars and plurals. It doesn't know that there are root words. It doesn't know any of that. So that is something important to remember when you look at these keywords. Now, the next thing I'm going to tell you about is your backlinks. Backlinks are where you have a link on somebody else's domain that refers back to your site. An example would be Yelp, for instance. Yelp, if you have a profile there that you have claimed, you can put your website in that profile and there will be a link back to your site. Now you have 113 referring domains. This is the number of different domains that have a link to you, 113. Here's what JBS has. They have 478. Now, I'm going to show you what their referring domains are. And they're not bad, actually. Provenexpert.com, expertise.com, Yellow Pages, Super Pages, This Old House, and so on. Now, these are good domain ratings here because they are in the 80s and 90s, and even the 70s are pretty good. You do not want to necessarily go much below 70 if you can help it. I can think of a bunch more in the 90s. They only have 1, 2, 3, 4 in the 90s. I can think of another 15 or 20 that those could go on. And sometimes it's simple as going somewhere and filling out another profile. But like I said, this is something you could do yourself, but it is a very long and tedious process, and one that I don't even like doing much. So here is the bottom line. The bottom line is that you had last month traffic, meaning visitors to your site, of about 120. That is down 6 from the month before. And this company that does a lot of research on it thinks that the value of those visitors that you had was about $548. Now, for the company, JBS, right on top of you, they had 553 visits from a Google search. That's up 11 from the month before. So you can see what that small difference makes, just being number 1 and being number 2. It's like 4.5 times more traffic than what you have. And it's just from being number 2. Now, you can be number 1 readily. You are poised to be that. You're not that far behind in the backlinks or the keywords. It'll be easy to catch up with those. And you deserve that because you have a beautiful website, you have a good service, and you paid money hoping that this thing would be, a tool of your company. So anyway, I would hope that you would want to spend more time with your foam roofing than with dealing with all of the ins and outs of this crazy internet stuff that I'm doing. And if that's the case, then by all means, please give Eric a call. He would be happy to guide you through the next steps. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I have been helpful. Have a great rest of your day.